This episode of the Demonic Compendium contains spoilers for the following games. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome to a carefully folded new episode of the Demonic Compendium, the show where I discuss the mythology, design, and game history of your favorite Megami Tensei demons. If you've ever needed to settle an argument with someone quickly, chances are you may have played a round or two of rock, paper, scissors. And if you've ever found yourself wondering how paper could possibly beat a rock, wonder no further, because today, we're talking about Shiki-Ouji. Before I even get started, let me get this out of the way that it's pretty much impossible to discuss Shiki-Ouji without also discussing Shikigami, as a Shiki-Ouji is just an advanced version of the Shikigami. So this episode is essentially a 2-for-1 deal on these paper demons. Shikigami are magical servants created through Onmyoru magic, a blend of science and the occult that was primarily brought to Japan from China in the 6th century. It utilizes several supernatural beliefs such as the balance of yin and yang with natural sciences such as astronomy. Powerful practitioners of Onmyoru magic were known as Onmyoji and were capable of crafting Shikigami, which functioned similarly to a wizard's familiar in Western culture. Most commonly, Shikigami were crafted from paper, but could be given other forms. Paper was just a quick and easy option, as they were often given simpler tasks like spying or delivering messages. Shikigami's Compendium entry from Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne refers to them as a common demon often used by Japanese sorcerers called Onmyoji. They are used for many things, from common household chores to cursing others. But sometimes you need something a little bit stronger than a scrap of paper sweeping your floor or stalking your ex, which is why powerful Onmyoji were capable of creating a Shiki-Ouji, an incredibly large and sturdy Shikigami with the strength of an Oni. Shiki-Ouji were generally used only in dire circumstances and only by the most skilled masters of Onmyoru, as it wasn't uncommon for Shikigami to rebel against their creators, and trust me, you wouldn't want a Shiki-Ouji turning against you. However, they weren't created just for pure muscle. Keeping in mind that the concept of yin and yang are a big part of Onmyoru, yes, Shiki-Ouji are capable of ruinous destruction, but they also have the power to heal, and were occasionally called upon to cure diseases. Shiki-Ouji's Compendium entry from Persona 5 refers to it as an exceptionally powerful Shikigami. Only the most elite Onmyoji are able to summon and bind it to paper. It can ward off disaster or cure illness, but its ordinary temperament is quite vicious. Shiki-Ouji's mythology is not the only place where we'll be discussing its connection to the Shikigami, as Shiki-Ouji was originally introduced into the series looking like this. Look familiar? That's right, for a couple of games Shiki-Ouji had the design we now associate with Shikigami. According to Kaneko, this specific design came primarily from the Izanagi school of Onmyoru, and we can certainly see the resemblance when compared with real-world depictions of the paper servants. As for the modern design we now associate with Shiki-Ouji, the demon was designed to show off the strength of a demon, the armor of a samurai, and of course, to tie it into its own Onmyoru roots, Kaneko adorned the demon with several symbols connected to the magical craft, and acknowledged the yin-yang balance of its origins in its evenly spread red and white color scheme. As far as game history goes, Shiki-Ouji first appeared in the original Devil Summoner and was used as minions of the Dark Summoner Sid Davis. This and Card Summoner were the only games featuring Shiki-Ouji with the Shikigami design, until it appeared with its new design in Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. Shiki-Ouji made its return to the Devil Summoner series, this time with its modern depiction thanks to the 3DS remake of Soul Hackers, where it can be obtained through the Nemechi side quest. Shikigami appears early on in Nocturne, and while it may have adopted Shiki-Ouji's old design for the PS2 title, this was Shikigami's third appearance in the franchise. First appearing like this in Giten Megami Tensei, and having a much more notable role in Persona 2 Eternal Punishment. Should Maya choose to take Eriko Kirishima's path, they will chase after Chizuru Ishigami, the Wanglong fortune teller. The recurring boss battles against Eriko's stalker, Makoto Kuwahara, are revealed to be nothing but Shikigami created by Ishigami, and during her boss fight, Chizuru creates 4 Shikigami versions of herself, with each one weak to a different element. Despite Nocturne featuring Demon Evolution and Shiki-Ouji just being an advanced Shikigami, the latter does not turn into the former, and the game keeps them pretty separated from each other. In Shin Megami Tensei Imagine, the character Ogami summons a special Shiki-Ouji known as the Imp of Chaos to aid her after sacrificing a bunch of innocents in Act 14 of the main story. Shiki-Ouji is known in Persona 5 as the Bringer of Misfortune, and appears as a mini-boss in Madarame's palace, where it will reward players with the Medea skill card upon its defeat. Both Shiki-Ouji and Shikigami's largest role is probably found in Devil Survivor 2 Record Breaker. During the Triangulum arc, in order to defeat Arcturus, the gang needs to harness the power of Shiki-Ouji by proving their worth to it. During the boss fight, Shiki-Ouji creates 3 copies of itself, each with 2 Shikigami minions by its side. If any of the leaders are defeated, one of the remaining Shiki-Ouji can sacrifice one of its Shikigami to create a new Shiki-Ouji complete with its own minions. Upon defeating Shiki-Ouji, it accepts the protagonist as its Taiyu master and aids in stopping Arcturus' ability. Winning this fight also allows Shiki-Ouji to be fused by combining Take Mikazuchi with Tenung Cut. Shikigami, however, can't be fused and is exclusive to the boss battle. Shikigami may have stemmed from Shiki-Ouji's original design, but given its much smaller pool of appearances compared to its bulkier counterpart, it seems as if it may have been scrapped in place of Shiki-Ouji in most modern titles. And so there you have it, Shiki-Ouji and by extension Shikigami, the pious paper protector that'll pound you to a pulp. Did I leave out something you thought was important? Was I just plain wrong about something? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to let me know who you'd like to see me talk about in future episodes. That's going to do it for this episode of the Demonic Compendium, and I'll see you next time. But be careful while you rest that a demon doesn't take over your body.